Let us see what is polarization vector. So it's the property of a polarized dielectric and it is defined as the dipole moment per unit volume of dielectric. So mathematically it is just dipole moment per unit volume and it's a vector. It's called polarization vector. So if you have a volume of a dielectric and it is polarized, as you can see, then you can replace this volume by a dipole. And its dipole moment P can be written as polarization times volume of this dielectric. So therefore, a volume of dielectric can be replaced with an equivalent dipole. So that's all there is about polarization. So it's a property of the polarized dielectric. So you can be given in a question that a certain dielectric has the polarization vector P vector. So you need to find certain things based on that. So we are going to compare it with the dipole moment and then going to get our required answers. So very simple concept, but there is a lot of interesting questions that will come based on that. So let's do them. A round dielectric disc of radius r and thickness d is statically polarized so that it gains the uniform polarization P. With the vector P lying in the plane of the disc, find the strength E of the electric field at the center of the disc if d is much less than r. So we are given a disc which is polarized uniformly. So you can see that all the molecules are aligned in the same way. The radius is r and thickness is d. The polarization vector is given as P. We need to find the electric field at the center. So because the polarization, first thing is obviously that all the charge is going to be on the edge of the disc. Inside charge is 0. So let's say at an angle theta, and we consider a small angle d theta, we have a charge dq on the surface. So because it is polarized from left to right, so obviously the charge on the opposite end will be minus dq by symmetry. Now this strip which we have taken, the same strip in 3D, you can see that's going to look like this. So our approach here is, we'll replace this volume of the strip by a dipole moment, by a dipole. So we'll get the charge on the edges. And if we know the charge on the edges, we can know the field at the center because of that charge. And then we can integrate it from the theta to get the total field at the center. So once again, we are given some polarization. So because of that given polarization and this volume of this strip, we will calculate the charges which are going to be on the end by comparing it with a dipole. And from that charge which we will calculate on the edge, we are going to calculate the electric field at the center. And this will be at the angle theta, so we are going to integrate it for the whole disk to get the total electric field at the center. So let's do that. So this is our strip. The length of the strip is 2r cos theta. And you can see that this distance is rd theta. And if you take a vertical, then this angle is theta. So this height of the strip is rd theta cos theta. So again, this is rd theta and the vertical makes theta angle. So this height of the strip is rd theta cos theta. So we need to know the dimensions of the strip because we need to know the volume of that strip. So we know the height of the strip, we already know the length, and we already know the thickness also. So let's do our calculation now. So P into dV, so if we replace this with an equivalent dipole which has a charge dq here and minus dq here, then P into dV is the dipole moment of this strip is equal to dq into L. dq into L, which is 2r cos theta. But let's not write it 2r cos theta right now, because anyway you'll see. So P into dV. So dV is L into rd theta cos theta into d is equal to dq into L. So you see L gets cancelled, that's why we did not write 2r cos theta. So this gives dq is equal to prd cos theta d theta. So we have got dq in terms of theta. So from here we'll calculate the small electric field dE. So dE at the center is integral of d cos theta. Because you can see that due to the symmetric nature, the vertical components will cancel out. So eventual electric field at the center is dE cos theta. dE is k dq by r square. See, here we are not bothered about the term of relative permittivity because we have already considering the charges. So whenever you write the charges, then you forget about the dielectric. When we write the term of relative permittivity, then we don't consider the bound charges. If we are writing the charges, there is no more epsilon. So that's why there is no more epsilon here, only epsilon naught. So dE is dq by 4 pi epsilon r square times cos theta. So if you put the value of dq here, and you will get a term of one more cos theta, so this becomes cos square d theta 0 to 2 pi. So this term we know is pi. So our answer becomes pd by 4 epsilon r. Now direction of p is towards right, you can see that, but the electric field is towards left. So in vector form it will be minus p vector d by 4 epsilon r. So you can see that you may think the polarization is little bit beyond our scope, but it's a very simple concept. Polarization just simply means that it's the dipole moment per unit volume, and after that it's our basic physics. So it's these kind of questions we must do which are based on polarization.